Hi, welcome to Laura's Fundora. Today I'm going to show you how I made Prowler's claws from Spider-Man Into the Multiverse. It's the uncle that's a villain that turns good in the last second sort of thing. So what I did with all my craft and creativity projects and stuff, I first gather materials that I already have so that I can use what I already have and declutter. And so I gathered some pad material like foam material and some paint and that sort of thing. So for the claws, I first traced my hand. And the kid that's wearing this costume, my hands are already kind of tiny, so I was just going to match it with a kid's glove. So I traced my hand and then I kind of drew out the pattern of Prowler's claws. It has So after I drew it all out, I cut out individual paper patterns of each part. So the wrist area, the knuckle area, and then the individual finger, and created a paper pattern. And what I did is I wrapped it around my finger to make sure it kind of fit and it would work around just a simple glove that you can get at the dollar store. Okay, so then after that I traced it all on the foam that I had and cut it all out. And after I cut it all out, the knuckle area, I found a small tiny football and I just sliced that in half. I thought that would be perfect for the knuckle area. After I cut it all out, it's time for hot gluing. So the first thing I hot glued was the points, the claw parts of the hand. And then I got a gray winter glove. You can get seriously at the dollar store or pretty much any store sells these kid gloves. And I put it on and then I started hot gluing the different parts on. So I first started with the wrist area and hot glued it to the wrist of the glove. And you gotta kind of be careful with hot glue because it does seep through this fabric. So what you could do is get a double glove it so that it doesn't seep through and burn your hands. There was a couple times that I burned my skin just a little bit and so that wasn't good. So be careful with the hot glue gun. So after the wrist area, I glued the half of the football to the knuckle area, and then on top of that football area I glued the pointed part, and to make it kind of rigid, metal looking sort of thing, I first traced lines, like the 3 lines or whatever, and then on the other side I hot glued and kind of pinched together to make it more like a square shape or a sharp shape than a round surface. Then I glued that on top of the wrist area and the football, half of the football thing. Okay, so then after that I started gluing the joints of the fingers, and I started first at the lower joints and hot glued that, so like in the knuckle area and then the claw area, and wrapped it around and held it in place. Then I made sure that when I bent my fingers and stuff, the foam didn't rub up against each other. It had enough space that you could have the fingers out straight and then also bend them shut. After I did both hands, I went on to painting. And I first did a black wash over everything. I just made a black wash and painted using acrylic paint, and I made sure kind of the top parts of the joints of the finger to be you could still see the gray foam visible, so that's the shiny part of the nails, and then dark in between the fingers to emphasize the claws. Okay, so then after the black wash, I went and mixed in some white with that black and did more of a gray wash on top of, you know, the shiny spots. And the wrist area right here is black, and then this part is more of a silver. So I kept that more gray silver. And on top of the white or the gray, I did kind of a white highlight sort of thing. Then on top of that layer, after it dried, I did a silver paint that you can put on top of just the shiny parts. Okay, so on to adding details. For his wrist area, I just got some straws and cut them to the length of the foam and hot glued them in, painted them black, and then attached some purple fabric around each straw edge, like just halfway or less, you know, to represent the shooting gun wrist weapon thing that he has. Then to hide kind of the holes of the straws on this end, I put another foam strip around here. And before I added that, I added a elastic band around here, because I noticed when I put on the glove, this part would like flap open. So I attached a elastic around here so you could easily put on the glove and the elastic would hold that foam. And then I attached the foam strip, painted it gray, blackish gray sort of thing. And that is how I made Prowler's claws from Spider-Man into the multiverse. And stay tuned for the other videos of the next video I'm going to post will probably be the mask and the cape that I created for this outfit. So I hope this helped, and thanks for watching, and happy Halloween, and please subscribe for more videos like this.